'Tis the season where we get bombarded by streaming platforms and the movie theaters, where the majority of our films have Christmas as one of its main themes. Home Alone, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, The Holidays, Die Hard, Violent Night, Silent Night.
Christmas
What we have here
Chronicles.
currently, 1 and 2, Santa Claus, Elf. And what we have here, which I think is the second or maybe third theme for DC, Merry Little Batman, currently streaming on Amazon Prime with a Rotten Tomato score of 95% by the critics and 76% by the audience. Holy high score, Batman. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm Don.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. Did you know about it before I told you?
Not a clue. You were definitely the one that told me about it.
Right. I think I saw it at the end of, because we watched the Eddie Murphy movie currently streaming on Amazon Prime, Candy Lane something.
Oh, the Eddie Murphy holiday film.
Yeah. And that's the second one I think he'd done, because Trading Places is another Christmas one.
Yeah, but I think this one was like supposed to be, it was definitely like Christmas magic kind of situation. I didn't watch it.
Yeah. So here is directed by Mike Roth, written by, 13 writers credits, mainly because of who created Batman. Right. You have Morgan Evans, Jace Ritchie, Bob Kane, which created it. Bill Figer also created Batman. They're both co-creators. Chuck Dixon, who created Bane, also Doug Moench and Graham Nolan. They all created Bane. Derek Bachman, John Davis Infantino, Jen McCartney, Adam Seloff, Sam Spina, Eddie Trigios. So they're like additional writers. You have starring here the cast: Luke Wilson playing as Bruce Wayne, Batman; Jonas Kibret, Damon Wayans, Little Batman; James Cromwell as Alfred Pennyworth; David Hornsby, the Joker; Dolph Lundgren, he was Mr. Freeze; Michael Felding, he was Terry. He was the goon.
Mhm.
Brian George was the Penguin. Therese McLaughlin, she was Poison Ivy. Cynthia K. McWilliams was Vicky Vale. Natalie Palamides was Francine. She was the female goon. Reed Scott was Commissioner Gordon. Chris Sullivan was Bane. Oh, that's all right. I didn't know that he played him, but he is also in This Is Us. He was the big guy who was that married the big woman.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. What did you think about this?
Not my cup of tea. It's clearly meant for a extremely young audience, and an audience that is not diehard onto the Batman fandom. They love Batman, but they don't love like his origins or stories. They could care less. If this was like maybe a 6 or 8 year old watching this, they'd probably be just fine.
Dennis's
X.
kids.
If X watched it, he'd probably love it.
Who? Oh yeah. I don't know. I fell asleep on it quite sometimes.
Yeah, no. At first, I had to watch it twice.
I couldn't even do that. No, I just hit rewind. The animation, I've seen it before. We've seen it in other stuff. It was not my cup of tea of the animation style. It reminded me of Aquaman, the King of Atlantis. And I told you about it. You never watched it.
Mhm.
Good thing you didn't, because it would just be a waste of your time. It was just very too child friendly. I'll say baby friendly. It is something you definitely want to play in the background while you're doing the dishes or something like that.
Yeah, if you're not gonna, you know what I did think while watching it, it probably would have been better as being shorts, like 16-minute short episodics.
Yeah,
And,
as a series, but limited series.
yeah, as a limited series, a short 16-minute or 20 minutes tops. When he first gives the bat utility belt, he takes the utility belt, before he goes away on his mission. I clocked it. That would have been a good cutting point episode right there. Next episode, him wanting to get the belt back, leading into the Home Alone escapade. Cut that off. They would have easily got 3 to 4 episodes the way that was done. I mean, let's put it this way. If you are a diehard Batman fan, you're probably not going to like it because of the fact, like, if you love Damian from the comics or from Young Justice or from Teen Titan,
they ignored his origin story.
They referenced it once. He's like, your mother was a smoke show.
But at the same token, the thing is, like, Damian
was an assassin. He was
an assassin.
more trained than anybody else.
You're not going to listen to your father.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to listen to the butler.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to live your life as if you're your own man, even though you're 13, or in this case, 9.
Yeah. And he did his own things. Like he did. Damien was like literally a very
I mean,
bloodthirsty kid, like for an 8-year-old
the name
child.
itself, Damien, is from the Omen.
Pretty much.
So it's like evil incarnated.
And technically,
Yeah,
Batman
so
didn't know about Damien until he was already of that age. He was introduced to,
right,
yeah, he wasn't there for the childbirth or
right.
anything
And then
like
here they say, like, you know, when I had you, I worked extra hard to make Gotham better, which I said, okay, I accept that, because it makes no sense if you're Batman and you're protecting the city from crime. Why is there constantly still crime all over? Here, he cleaned it up.
Yeah.
For a selfish reason, for one individual, instead of other people, other kids, it was his kid. It was like, it's very Republican of him.
Well, I can't argue that point, but I will say he definitely stepped up. That was the most, actually, technically the most uncharacteristic Batman thing, because all Batman iterations maintain status quo. He did not maintain the status quo. The only ones that didn't maintain status quo were also Batmans that became more villain-like. So kudos, he didn't turn villain and brought the city to a better state. I didn't like how they did Alfred or Damien. He's like, you must have to have
Well, Alfred,
jelly.
That Alfred I appreciate, because you'll be old as hell.
That's true.
If your ward grew up old and then is having another one, I mean, you'll be a grandparent.
Yeah. Technically, Alfred is of that stage. Yeah.
Right. So that incarnation of him was perfectly reasonable. Now, the cat is called Selina, named after the mother, of course. Why would they?
Oh, no, the mother is Ra's al Ghul's daughter is Talia al Ghul.
They made that reference?
No, I just said it's a smoke show. Selina is the reference to Catwoman.
They're both smoke shows in a sense. Like they're both villains.
But they never really say who's who. They never really mention his mother directly. Right. But since it's Damien, I'm just assuming that they just went with Talia.
Okay, fair enough. And they know that he named the cat Selina because that's his true love or his secret crush.
Yeah. I would have loved to see Ace, the dog, but Ace wasn't there. Or the Bat Cow. Even the Bat Cow, that's a Damien pet.
Oh, okay.
He had a cow, and then he kept it in the Bat Cave.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes. I would have loved to see either of those, but no, they didn't. Luke Wilson as Batman, surprisingly, like I'm so used to seeing his character portrayals of like very calm and steady. Let's say these words. I have a poor Luke Wilson impersonation.
No, I think you're thinking Owen Wilson.
No, Luke Wilson is Batman.
No, I know. And he's also in Stargirl, the show.
Yeah, but CW. When I saw him in Stargirl, he seemed, his vocals didn't come in as quick as it does here.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, Owen Wilson has more of that slower talk.
They both do. They both do. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I haven't seen much of Luke Wilson in a while, so
yeah.
All right.
At least the performances I saw of Luke Wilson, I could be completely wrong. Here is like everything seemed rushed. Now when he played Batman's tone.
Well, he probably because he's more of an urgent because he has to be home back for his kid.
Yeah, for the most part. But even like when he's like, well, he's that super protective parent. Do you got a baby boo? Did you oh my god, and let's go ahead and do this. I didn't like what they did with the villains.
I didn't.
You liked your Joker.
I like how Penguin was done, and I like the Joker. I like the voice, the acting. David Hornsby as the Joker and Brian George as the Penguin. They were good. I can see them reprising that role. The Brian George sounds like the Penguin from the animated show The Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I like the thing. They're old, so they're going to be different. They're going to be different. Like they did make it seem like
they made Batman. It seem like they were just a little bit under Alfred's age,
right?
But older than Batman. Which I was like,
right.
Not all the characters are like that. Like Poison Ivy's younger than Batman, if I remember correctly. And,
well, they make it now in a way that they're all around the same age.
Yeah.
And a lot of incarnations are around the same age.
And then Batman somehow is still younger. And then Bane basically grabbed Poison Ivy and Bane from Batman and Robin.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
essentially
Yes.
one of the worst
saw that,
Batman
I was
movies
like-
you could ever grab from. And they're like, we're going to reference this film and to just use this as a reference point.
Right.
I'm like,
And I like the reference point too, where it's like when the Joker falls into that batch again, and it's like Batman goes, like, how many times is he gonna? When is he gonna learn his lesson?
Sure.
You'll keep falling into this. And so I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah.
There's not really any good parts. You already talked about your faux pas already in the sense of what you didn't like in the sense of the characters, and I can agree with that. I kind of liked it in that sense, a different perspective, but I can see your point definitely of them being way too old.
I kind of did talk about some of the good, but that's it.
What was the good again?
We
Exactly.
said Joker
See,
was good.
Can remember?
Oh,
the voice acting. The voice acting. Right.
That part is good. The whole Home Alone sequence thing, that was all right.
Yes, I meant to say that. They had the reference to Home Alone so strong. Like you could not.
It was absolutely. You
cannot deny it.
The fact where he goes, it's like, that doesn't put out grease fires. He's like, exactly. Didn't he say something along the lines, I'm over here, dirt bags, or some?
Yeah. No, he did say, it was almost like
verbatim.
Not verbatim, but definitely like a paraphrase. They were paraphrasing the movie into this, and it felt like it was a combination of Home Alone 1 and 2.
It's fair.
Like taking some of the
city.
Right, 95% by the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 76 by the audience. For me, is 70.
I can agree with that,
or maybe even lower, because I mean I was bored.
Yeah,
they had some good moments, but I fell asleep a lot on this. And
if you had a kid, I would say put this on for the kid.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then maybe give it a higher score if it's for kids. But like for us, no.
What did the robot Batman or Robot Daddy or Bat Dad remind you of? Did it remind me of something?
Jarvis?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Jarvis. Yes. Oh, that's what it reminded me of.
The joke that I did like, where they were like all the list of names to call when Damian's in trouble for various situations. He goes, what do I do in this situation? And he goes, call Commissioner Gordon. He goes, oh God, no. He just calls me.
Right. But just recycle right back.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I get that. And then the funny thing is, I had just started watching Batman Returns. I haven't finished it, but there's a moment in there where he goes, as soon as he pulls up, what are you doing? Get the signal ready. Like instantly within 5 seconds. And I was like, okay.
You got it right on the dot with the Jarvis point, because I was trying to remember, like, where does this sounds so familiar, this feels so familiar, and I just couldn't pinpoint for some reason. But
it is definitely a Jarvis, because like number one is talking through the suit. It's like it's an AI system that's completely built, and it's like trying to comfort. He's either Jarvis or the AI suit from Spider-Man.
Well, that's pretty much the same thing, though.
Yeah, one's female, one's not. But I mean,
and it came from Tony Stark.
They both did, yeah. Technically, yeah.
Well, there you go. All right, guys, that is our DCness review of Merry Little Batman, currently streaming on Amazon Prime. Have you seen it? What were your thoughts? As always, if you have a show or a movie you would like us to review, please let us know in the comment below. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Merry Christmas, bro.
Merry Christmas.